the questions I have for both my guests is very, very simple. What explains this voter turnout? Let me first go to Shikha. You wrote an editorial. I read your editorial. You said it's do and die for Mamata. It's just do and die for Mamata, and you said she has been preparing for it. So when you say she has been preparing for it, what's your assessment of her performance in first place, madam?
Well, I think I also in that piece mentioned the fact that there is a strong anti-incumbency against her, and that there are two kinds of feelings about her. Conflicting, no doubt, contradictory, no doubt, but those are the feelings. One is that there is a strong disapproval and discontent over the abuse of power that is very widespread in most of Bengal, at some level or the other. And then there is also a kind of satisfaction with her welfare programs. I don't just mean the cash for cash transfers or anything like that, but the whole the conceptualization of some of these welfare programs. I think that has been very attractive and a very stabilizing factor, in fact, in West Bengal. So yes, Mamata Banerjee has been preparing from, I would imagine, 2019, when she got the biggest shock of her life, when the Trinamool dropped from 34 seats out of 42 in the Lok Sabha to 22 in 2029. That was the biggest shock. And then after that, there was the 2021 election, which was very, very tough, because the BJP was then going hammer and tongs, just as it is now. If you recall,
okay.
I mean, Nirmala will recall more than I do. But
I know, Shikha, you're not a soothsayer, but in terms of assessment, like Amit Shah said, you know, we're going to sweep. What's your assessment, you know? I know it's like a drawing room conversation, but I have to ask this question to you. Your assessment of the first phase.
See, my assessment of the sweep of the pattern of voting is as follows. This is, I mean, I'm not sort of staggered by the percentage of votes polled. It's high, much higher than normal, because the normal in some of these districts where the polling happened yesterday was up to 90 in 2021. So these districts already have a very high floor level from which the extra has come. So it's very clear that people have sort of come out and voted in very large numbers.
Okay. Okay.
And this is not necessarily how now very large numbers. It has happened in Tamil Nadu. It has happened in Kerala.
Is it pro TMC? Is it pro BJP?
Well, it's the same. The same rules will apply in Kerala and Tamil Nadu as well.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is the SIR effect.
Yes. Okay. Okay. This is an SIR effect. And Nirmala, your assessment of the first phase?
No, the first phase is basically it's tilted towards BJP. That is what I feel.
Okay.
Because the anti-incumbency has worked heavily. Number one, the anxiety, the narrative that is being set, that people were anxious and they came out to vote. This I find meaningless because people whose name have already been figured, they don't suffer from any anxiety. They are relieved that they have been put on the voters list and they can vote. So the anxiety part is the 34 lakh who had made applications and where their names will be figured. Now what TMC is doing, they are putting that anxiety on the actual voters and saying that we are going to win. At the same time, this time it's very interesting. You see 40 lakh migrants Bengal has. They have returned. Not all, but many have returned. They have also voted. And these in 52 seats, they were spread out in all these seats, mostly. Okay. That is what we have come to. But one thing is that Home Minister this time is quoting figures. He has set up a war room. I don't know what kind of war room.
Are you saying that are we looking at a surprise like Odisha? But in Odisha, Naveen Babu made one mistake. he projected
I
a
know.
person who was outside the state, Tamilian.
Yes.
And it just didn't work out. You know, I covered the campaign. There were people who were coming out, but it just didn't work out. Counter consolidation took place and BJP got simple majority. So
Mr. Pandian.
yes, Mr. Pandian. Yes, Mr. Pandian. So I don't. Has Mamata made that sort of a mistake? Something like that?
No. It is not that. The point is that what Mamata is saying, what they are saying, what Mr. Shah is saying, basically it's a morale booster for the second phase. The second phase is very crucial. So whatever they say, don't take it in a face value. This time, Mr. Amit Shah has set up a war room. I don't know what kind of a war room is that, because 1,000 people are walking into that war room and coming out of it. So even if it is an emergent war room, so a lot of information is leaking out of that. So I don't know. It is his take. But this time what I feel is that the anti-incumbency has worked. In 2024, in all these seats, BJP was leading by quite an amount. Almost 80 seats. 2024 Lok Sabha election.
Shikha, do you agree?
So BJP has an upper hand.
BJP has an upper hand.
In this one today.
Very quickly, because I need to play out some bites of the Prime Minister, Amit Shah and Mamata also.
You know, the BJP has an upper hand because that is where they picked up the seats in 2021 and 2024. However, this high voter turnout, as I said, is an SIR impact. And the SIR impact is, in my view, against the Election Commission's antics. And therefore, by extension, it is going to negatively impact the BJP.
I'm in favor of the election.
What did you say?
I'm in favor of the election commission.
Nirmala, what did you say?
I am fully in favor of election commission.
Fully in favor of election?
Because they worked wonderfully.
They were
I give them a high salute.
You give them a high salute. I thank you both of you, and let me close this show by playing out the bites of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. Thank you.
मैं आज बंगाल की बात करूंगा। लंबे समय से बंगाल में परिवर्तन की जो लहर दिख रही थी, कल पहले चरण के मतदान ने उस पर मोहर लगा दी है। कल बीजेपी के पक्ष में जो समर्थन दिखा है, उसने बीजेपी की विजय का शंखनाद कर दिया है। जिस बंगाल में टीएमसी ने लोकतंत्र के मंदिर को कुचल दिया था, अपनी तानाशाही से लोकतंत्र के मंदिर को खंडित कर दिया था, उस बंगाल में पहले चरण में जनता ने लोकतंत्र के मंदिर का पुनर्निर्माण कर दिया है। पिछले 15 वर्षों में टीएमसी की सरकार ने बंगाल की पहचान को तहस नहस कर दिया है। पहले चरण के मतदान ने ये पक्का कर दिया है कि कई जिलों में टीएमसी का खाता भी नहीं खुलेगा।
भय जाने वाला है और भरोसा आने वाला है। 152 सीटों में से 110 से ज्यादा सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीतने जा रही है। इसका मतलब है कि दूसरे चुनाव चरण को मिलाकर हम प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ बंगाल में शुद्ध रूप से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनाने वाले हैं। एक बहुत बड़ी आशंका यहां व्यक्त की जाती थी कि जन समर्थन तो है, मगर पोलिंग स्टेशन पर पहुंचेगा क्या? वो आशंका है आज समाप्त हो गई है और मुझे विश्वास दूसरे चरण में और उत्साह के साथ मतदान होगा।
जिस राज्य की मुख्यमंत्री ये कहती हो कि 7 बजे के बाद महिलाओं को घर से निकलने की जरूरत क्या है, मैं मानता हूं उनको शासन करने का कोई अधिकार नहीं। 5 तारीख के बाद अंग, बंग और कलिंग तीनों जगह भारतीय जनता पार्टी का शासन होगा, कमल का शासन होगा।